Hello, beautiful Pisces. Welcome back to Intuitive Energies, and today is your day of how the past is affecting you. Now, the cards that came out were the Chariot and the Six of Pentacles. Of course, the Six of Pentacles came through, right? So, again, with that, it was the card of Not For You that had come in as the Oracle, and it's the path you take is the chariot you're loading, okay? And when I did the weekend, and please don't... I know my buggy is kind of funny looking, but you know, we need a buggy that looks like that. All right, so that's just, as I was saying on the weekend about the Chariot, you may have been packing the wrong chariot. And when I took out the Hunger and Sovereignty card, it really put it into focus what they want to be saying here. There's a story about the wolf, and I'm going to read it to you from the Oracle book, and I really like that. And it's the word hunger, okay? So here we go. Feed the good and hope within you. There will always be a lean part of the cycle. Prosperity will come. Do not let your hunger blindly dictate your actions entirely. So it says, I recognize all that I hunger for. It says, an old and wise Cherokee of the First Nations of the U.S. is speaking to his grandson about life. The young boy asks his grandfather, it is said, grandfather, that everyone has two wolves within them. The first wolf gives darkness, despair, hate, and jealousy, and sorrow. The second wolf gives light, hope, helpfulness, and kindness. Yet, grandfather, I feel them fighting within me. What can I do? My small son, these two wolves will always fight, and they will fight within each person. You are no different, said the grandfather. But, said the boy, grandfather, which wolf will win? And the grandfather answers, whichever wolf you feed. We must be careful about what we nourish and feed within us. If we give abundance to the aspects of the self that can harm others and ourselves, then we cannot truly thrive. Having no limitations upon these behaviors and patterns hurts us and starves the higher and finer parts of ourselves that will bring us more happiness. To ripple that happiness to others is part of the why we are on the planet as humans. We must also recognize that in life, just because it is a cycle, there will always be leaner, less abundant, or less bright times. Yet we have built our resilience and self-trust for times like this, and we know we are both loved and protected. The cycle will soon turn to the less shadow and more bounty. Okay? And then the other card, of course, is Sovereignty. I love this one. You have sovereignty over your own life. Act with grace and confidence. You have the ability to unite disparate people and views should you choose to do so. The buck stops with you. You are powerful, act like it. I reign over my own realm. Goddesses of the moon are one of the oldest kind of feminine divine and feature in mythologies from almost every corner of the globe. From Diana of the ancient Rome and the Greek Artemis to the Semitic Astarte and Hina from Polynesia, the link with the feminine divine and the lunar planet and cycles is a strong one. These goddesses in all their myriad of forms were extremely powerful and demonstrated to women that they, naturally, had power as well. We should strive to be the powerful queens in our own domain. Women especially have been socialized to defer, to keep small, to be quiet, and to hold a very twisted kind of service that borders on servitude, while in many first world countries women can choose to be what they wish to be on paper. Women still experience inequality in most countries in areas such as wage and an imbalance of the numbers of women in government on high-level board positions. However, what has been accepted in the past is not what will be accepted in the future. A new queendom is coming. When we reign over our own lives, it is us that take on the responsibility for our own change and decisions. The Moon Queen knows that we, just under the divine, are our own rulers, and as such the buck stops here. Therefore, it is worth us investing in growing our own self-awareness, our own self-trust, self-care, and self-esteem in real and practical ways. We must, as any queen would, set firm boundaries to protect our queendom and those who are under our protection. This does not mean we become cruel rulers. We should always aim for benevolence, fairness, there's that justice card, and a great love for all as well as ourselves. It does not mean we may have to push against those who do not respect our line in the sand. And it says it does mean, not does not. It means we have to push the line in the sand. Okay, so right away it talked a lot about feminine disparities, which I'm not going to argue with. But I will say this, that I do not believe that this is saying that men, on the flip side, are the ones, all men are the ones causing this. I think that there are a lot of men who either have no problem with having women have their place in life and their own power. So I will say this just as for my opinion on the subject. I think that there's, I don't know, there's a balance to everything, Pisces. What I feel the message is from that card saying that the balance is off is against the balance is off. We are creating a new balance. Okay, again, by talking about that imbalance, we are creating a new balance. It's time to load up the right chariot. It's time to feed the right chariot. Put the fuel in the right chariot that you're going to be driving. Feed the right wolf. Okay, so this is the past. How the past affects you is how things have been and how things were and how it's seen, even for, you know, lower paying jobs for certain people, glass ceilings for women, etc. And there's other injustices. It's not just about women, it's about everything overall. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to take the location tarot because I feel this is space and time. It's in a space in time. Okay? Beautiful Pisces. Now here's a part of the video that if you're not subscribed already, I'm going to ask you to do that right now. Click that notification bell to all. Why don't you leave a like and a comment once you're done watching. All of this helps support this channel. I post twice a day, 9:45 a.m. and 9:45 p.m. for the extended Eastern time. I have a Patreon link. I have also affiliate links to all the cards below and a one-time donation link. Right now, if you join my personal website, which is free, you get a free video not available anywhere from me as a thank you. This website will be the key to any free or paid readings and giveaways I may do in the future. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to let you get back to your reading now. It's in a space in time, okay, where we are at. So I'm going to use this beautiful deck, and we're going to pull some cards in regards to this, Pisces. Before we do, here is where I'm going to put a little blurb on how you can further support this channel. I'll be right back. Okay, Pisces, so here we go. We're going to pull from the location tarot. Where are we at, Pisces? What are we going to do with it? Okay. Okay. This one wanted to come out. Beautiful. That's the Eight of Cups. So that's a Queen and the Moon is right here, but it is being hidden, okay? It's funny because there is a lunar eclipse on the way, do you believe? I haven't checked my files yet, Pisces, but I think I saw that. So let me see here. This is the Devil, but it did come out this way. So, alright. And this also came out this way. I'm going to flip them over because really and truly they're, you know, the images are better this way, but they did come out in reverse. I'm gonna read them as such. Okay. lunar eclipse. I wanted to look at this, but I wanted to do some research. I'm a very big, avid, I like looking things up. I like using Google as my encyclopedia for all things, and double check and triple check things. The lunar eclipse, though, for me, I'm going to go by just intuition. I'm going to be completely out of character, and feel that because it's the moon, and because the moon can sometimes hide things, okay, it can be an illusion of things. I think that it's hiding some clarity for certain things, but the reason is to give you time to look at things in a deeper sense, okay? To find that balance within yourself, to realize what you're doing. And because the Devil card was upside down, if you look at this, this looks like a door. This looks like an opening. I know it's supposed to be a pillar that he stands at, but there is a door. Is that a door? If there's a door in the Devil card, I'm telling you, it's the first time that I've seen it. No, it's the pillar that they're chained to, but the way I'm looking at it right now, it feels like a glimmer of hope, a light. Okay, and you see the chains in the background. I feel that this is saying that you are seeing the way, even though very slight, very little in comparison to the rest of the darkness, there is still something being reflected light on. Even if it's not a door and it's the pillar, there's still light being reflected upon it so that you can see it in the card. So there's something obvious for you to see. There's something for you to get away from. There's something for you to break the chains from. Okay, absolutely. This, of course, is the Nine of Wands. That's a beautiful picture. Okay. Even though the Nine of Wands is about perseverance, it's about perseverance. It's about feeling like you've got too much on your plate and you want to give up, because it came out in reverse. And the picture is so beautiful. It's telling me there's still like green mountains and blue skies in the background. Regardless of what's happening in your life, life keeps moving forward. And in this case, it was in reverse. So it's saying that whatever you do here, okay, there are still things happening in the background. There's still beauty in life. There's still things happening to make that people are feeding the right wolf. They are making changes. Regardless of if they're not being advertised or said on TV, you can see it. Okay, you can hear about it. It's just sensationalism comes from things that people think, you know, drama and bad stuff. You rarely hear about the little movements of positivity that go forward. It's a society that's driven from crisis and drama and all the stuff that makes you, oh, isn't that terrible? Okay, but there's a lot of other stuff that's really good that's happening in the background. Okay, so this is the background. This is the beautiful background that you may not be seeing. You see it here, but because it's reversed, you may not be seeing it. There's still a reflection here of how there's still light in the dark, even if it's not a door. You can still be able to see something here, even if it's being blocked out, okay, by the moon a little bit. But it's being blocked out on purpose. The moon is an intuitive moon. It's one that asks you to look deeper, okay? To walk further, to see what's there. And it's to fuel up the right chariot. It's to regain your balance. And it's to feed the right wolf. That is what it's talking about. How has the past affected you? Well, maybe you were just always busy feeding the same wolf, fueling the same chariot, never really taking the time to take care of figuring out the rest of it. Okay? This is the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Swords. Alright. So even though this may feel like a slow up, okay, that you're not sure of where you're going, it's bringing in a lot of creative thought. It's bringing a lot of creative energy into your field to teach you how to rebalance. Yesterday we were talking about playfulness instead of being so serious. You know, somebody who's like, what was the word? Austere, be so serious and you know, like, you know, of a certain type, and that's it, you know, get things done. You are building something brand new, something that's creative, something that's fun, something that brings color to your life, okay? You're in the middle of the cycle. This came out yesterday too, the Wheel of Fortune. We're getting to the middle of the year, so this is kind of pushing it in, saying that, you know, everything's spinning the way it should. Everything is moving. You are seeing the reflection of things, okay? You're seeing a door. Let's say we're seeing a door even though there's no door. It is a door because it's reflecting light and you can see in the darkness. So it's a door. It's a door to light, okay, to seeing. So it's beautiful. You have this, the Ace of Swords, showing you that this one is a lot darker than this one in the grayness of it, but I feel that this is a more forward view of what you're seeing with the Ace. You're seeing it, this is your view of it, okay, even though in the background there's this. So which wolf are you feeding, okay? The despair one or the happy one? Are you going to be part of this scenery or part of this scenery? So you've got to become very clear on what you're doing, on what you're seeing in your life. The Spirit of Place. And that's perfect, okay? Because this location tarot says the Spirit of Place. And the cards that we had, look at this. I do a lot of notes. Don't look at my crappy handwriting, but look at this. The Spirit of Place. Okay, so they say, go ahead and look at this. This is a place you're at. That's what they mean. Where are you at? Inside of you. Where are you at? You have to create your own space. You can't be going on what other people are doing. You have the Knight of Cups here. Look at this beautiful thing. Now that I looked it up, I know the Page and the Knight are both us Pisces. Well, the Temperance card. We had it twice yesterday. And of course we have the Balance here, so no surprise. Okay. I'm hearing you're protected. You're safe in this space. And again, another beautiful blue sky and greener grass. This is the Seven of Wands. You have the 9 and the 7. Again, such cards of difficulties, but if you look at the background, it's so lush and beautiful. Okay, the space where you're in is gorgeous. Of course, underneath the deck, there's the Two of Swords. Beautiful. Showing you, again, a moonlit night, a very dark place. But there's still light. You still have light shining in there. Okay? Okay, so what they want you to see. Again, there's beauty in all of these. Okay? This is a warm, beautiful day. Even though the scenery in the back shows dry, there is a beautiful, there's always water running to it, okay? Even in places where you see anything growing, you have to be certain that there's water to it. You may not see it, immediately, but it runs beneath the surface. That's what's coming in. It's deeper than you think, and it's beneath the surface of what you need, what you require. So you may have an idea in your mind that this is the way it is, but really it isn't. Okay? There's more that's not being seen here. And you can replenish your cup in that. You can go searching for it. You can find it, Pisces. If anybody can, it is you. This Temperance card makes me feel like when you do find it, you're going to find that beautiful balance of things between the rocks and the desert and the lushness. You can find, it's all these pictures, they just take me to balance. That's what it does. It takes me to balance. The blue, the clouds, the water, the sun, the heat. There's sun and heat here. And there's water and sky here. But the water's on this side and the desert's on this side. So there's always a balance being struck between the two. The last one is pretty much the same. You have the 7 and 1. Doesn't matter what you feel that you are persevering through. These are both cards of perseverance, but again, they're both very beautiful, lush cards. Okay, look at the lushness of these. This is the most beautiful days. I feel like you're going to feel more alive when you're trying to figure out all of this stuff. That's when you truly feel alive. When the colors are brightest, because they make sense. There's nothing more than darkness to shine, to make it really obvious where the light is. When everything is colorful and there's so many distractions, you can't really see what's there, Pisces. But with this, you can see. You can see where the balance needs to be put. You can see where the darkness is. You know what needs to be taken care of, and it's all because you've taken this time to look at it in a certain way. It is time for you to step into your power. It really is time to step into your balance. And that's stepping into your power. Because when you start gassing up that chariot, you're going to feed the right wolf, and that's when it's really going to take you where you need to go. Towards your creative self, continue on in your cycle, getting clarity of what the darkness has brought in for you. This is a temporary hold, though. This is just a temporary delay. One of many, one we will have so many of these, Pisces, okay? What week is it? What delay is this time? But it's in a way for you to look at things, okay? To take a moment to see what's there. What do you need to balance? What is uncertain right now? Okay? It's just a standstill. But you're contemplating, what do I want my life to look at? Look at and look like. Look at and look like. Yeah. Anyway, Pisces, this is it. I could go on, but I'm going to save it for the extended. I'm going to let you go now. I'm going to send you love, light, and blessings. As always, Pisces, I hope that this is helping you. I think that you guys know what you're doing. I'll say that much. I feel that you already know that you're doing this. For most of you, you've already started working on it. It's just that you have to really look at it in the nuances, okay? Because I'll tell you something right now. I feel that most of us, we get stuck. We want to change it, but we're changing it in the same way that it was, okay? It's like saying, how can I put this? How can I put this across so that you understand? I don't know, it's like let's say all your life you've created white roses, like little white paper roses, such as this one here. And then one day you said, well, I don't like white paper roses. I want to create white lilies or something else, another flower. And the thing is that it's the same barrel, okay? It's a flower. It's the same thing. Now they're asking you, like you figured out, oh, that'll change things. It'll feel different. It will, but they want you to go further out. Okay, further out. What else can you create other than just flowers? Pick a whole different barrel of things. Pick a whole different color. Like really expand on yourself. Look at options that you haven't looked at before. This is why they want you to stop and look. Because they don't want you to just change it into something, give it a refresh. They want you to change it into something that's going to be sustainable and something that's really out of the box that you thought possible. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with that, and I'll come back later. Thanks for listening, Pisces. Love, light, and blessings.